thought I'd just come in here and make a quick video on essentially how you can make £3 grand a month in profit selling on Amazon, okay? Because that seems to be some sort of common goal which people have in terms of what sorts of profits they want to be making from their Amazon business. Now, something which is very, very, very important to understand is that yes, making £3,000 a month selling on Amazon is very, 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 very achievable. However, the other side of it is understanding and knowing and actually fathoming that if you want to make £3,000 a month, you are going to need to have the capital to make £3,000 a month. Now, that is something that people often forget. They think they're just going to make £3,000 a month out of thin air, right, with profitable products. But you've got to remember, someone's got to buy those profitable products. You need the capital there to make £3,000 worth of profits. Now, with that being said, how much capital do you need? Okay, now obviously that varies on the types of products you buy, the sorts of margins that they have, the ROIs that they have. Okay, now I don't really want to go into funding and credit in this video because obviously I'm not a financial advisor, but what I will say is that let's say, right, you spend, okay, £10,000 at 20% ROI. That's £2,000 in profit. I don't know why I need a calculator for that, pretty obvious. Let's say you spent £10,000 at 30% ROI for your products. That's £3 grand in profit. Now, the thing which is often forgot about people when it comes to selling on Amazon and making said profits or setting projections is that cash flow plays a part. Like, you can't just start with 10 grand and then expect to make £3 grand in profit a month if you have the products there, because you've got to understand Amazon holds your funds for 14 days. It takes a while for stock to sell. Like, there's that cash flow crunch there which comes into play. Okay, so now with that being said, right, let's say you had £15,000 at 20% ROI, that's £3 grand in profit. Right, now the reason why I'm doing a 20% ROI is because obviously with the listings that you buy, whatever model it may be, some listings may go slightly down in price. Some listings may incur refunds and whatnot. Now, that is just giving you a safety net there. Okay, now another reason why I've gone for that lower ROI is to account for, obviously, like I've said, your sort of cash flow, not shortages, but your squeezes in cash flow. Okay, now with that being said, I would say you need anywhere, well, upwards of £15,000 to make £3 grand a month in profit. Like, I know you might say to me, RH, what if I spend, all my stock is at 30% ROI, and obviously 30% of 15 grand is £4,500, right? But you've got to think, you're not just gonna, like, funds are gonna be held up with Amazon 14 days, you're gonna get refunds, you're gonna get returns, okay? So in order to make that £3 grand in profit a month, you're gonna need to start with at least 15 grand or have at least 15 grand there, okay? Now, that's just something very, very important, which I think is very important to understand, because people come to me with 10 grand and say, oh, I'm gonna make £3 grand in profit a month, but then it's like, okay, no, hang on a second. Okay, if you're buying 30 days worth of stock, technically, like, you're only gonna get money back after 14 days of sales. Okay, so then you're missing 14 days when it comes to placing the orders come the start of next month or the month after. So that's why I've given you projections based on 20% ROI, so lower margins. And another reason why as well you wanna actually think about what you're doing is because some of these suppliers have MOQs, right? Depending on what model that you do. So you might have to place an order for 2-3 months worth of stock. Now, obviously that might tie you up 15 grand, and that 15 grand's worth of stock may sell within 2 months. Obviously that may be 1,500 quid in profit a month, right? So yes, that 1,500 quid is making you 3 grand, but per month. Okay, now obviously another reason why I've gone for that 20% ROI is to literally give you a worst case scenario example. Okay, now that's obviously all the things that you've got to think about when it comes to how much, well, capital you need, things you need to consider, which obviously other people, or you may not even realize, like the cash flow side of it, the returns, the refund side of it, suppliers which have higher MOQs, which may mean you have to place more than 1 month's worth of stock. Obviously, all these things come into play. So it's not just a case of, I have 10 grand, I'm gonna make 3 grand profit a month. It's no, all these external factors which come into it as well. Okay, and obviously Amazon holds your funds, all these things, different suppliers have different payment terms. Okay, so this is just here to tell you, it's not as linear as I have 10 grand, I'm gonna make 3 grand about the profit. No, all these factors are also considered as well. So I hope you found this video useful, and I hope, well, it probably should have opened your mind a bit. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you want any help with your Amazon journey, anything Amazon, there's a link down below to book in a call to see if you'd be a good fit to work with me. And if you like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.